Good morning, YouTube. It's Mrs. Rains here. I'm sorry if I look a mess. I just got up. It's about 5:30 a.m. and welcome to a day in the life. I'm starting out here by plugging up the iron. So I pretty much spend every morning plugging it up and then filling that sucker up with some water. Yeah, I like to get my ironing done early. I normally sit down and iron over the weekend. Iron for the week. But unfortunately it was Super Bowl this past weekend, so didn't do that. So I have to multitask in the mornings instead. So my clothes are already prepared. I generally hang all my clothes up, and I'm wearing just some jeans and a turtleneck today, so I didn't need ironing. But the hubster has to wear collared shirts and stuff, so I'm going to iron his attire for the day. And today's the day my son and I have to go to co-op for homeschool, so I'm going to just run an iron over his items today. It's pretty cold this morning, so let's go on to the next stop. I'll warn you, it'll be a little dark until I turn some lights on. So I'm going to get off camera now, and it's going to be just the vantage point of you looking through my eyes for the rest of the morning. So yeah, at least until I get something done to this face. So, alright. While I'm waiting for the iron to do its thing, I wanted to show you that my day actually started yesterday. This is my crock pot. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it too far. This is my crock pot. And in it I have soaking some black beans, which are a little hard to see. But these are going to be for dinner. Here's a wrapper. Soaking them overnight allegedly gets rid of the gas that's produced. So that is that. There he is. Do you have to iron your uniforms? I think your uniform pants are in the dryer.
They're on my bed.
On your bed?
Yeah.
Oh, Grandma put them on your bed for you?
Yeah.
That was nice of her. The iron's on if you need to use it. I have to iron Daddy's clothes, but you can use it if you need to. Yeah, he has to get up a little earlier in order to catch his bus. But he is up really early today. Just wanted to show you. It really is that time of day. Alright, so since he is probably going to go up and iron, my next step is probably going to be over here. This is at the desk. This is my homeschool schedule in a binder. And this is my weekly plan. And today is actually a co-op day, but we are going to have a couple of quizzes this morning. But yeah, this is generally my first step. This is a journal where I can write. And as you can see, it's faded. So what I like to do is read over my entry for yesterday and pray about that. Also, any of you who have heard about the tsunami warnings and the earthquake, 8.0 earthquake that occurred on the 6th, the earthquake happened over in the Solomon Islands, which is close to the coast of Australia. We actually have a friend in Australia right now. He went over as an intern and is currently now working in Australia. He graduated with a PhD and he's a veterinarian. And he went over to Australia a couple of years ago, a friend of my husband and I's. It's actually a childhood friend of my husband's, who is not my friend because of a very close association with him being friends with my husband. He's actually the best man in our wedding, too. So, be praying for those people over there. It's got to be hard to get back together, get things back together after that. So this is the next step normally. Just time in the Word. And this part just pretty much stays bookmarked about Romans 12, where it talks about not conforming to this world and being transformed by the renewing of your mind. Just a good reminder to read. But regularly, we are going through the Bible. At least I am, and I'm also going through these verses with my son. I share them with him at school after I've gone through them. So yesterday we left off on Exodus 25. So today, our verse today would be Exodus 26. Just like to read over that and meditate, pray on it. Hopefully be able to share that with my son. And this is just going to talk more about, we're going to be on Exodus 26, I'm sorry. That's going to talk about the tabernacle. We talked about the offerings for the tabernacle on yesterday, and we're going to be talking about the tabernacle today itself. So, I'm not going to film me reading this part and meditating and studying. That would be pretty boring for you. But I'm just going to read this, pray a little bit, and pick it up from there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, peeps, I'm back. I wanted to share with you my son's art project that he worked on with his grandmother. It is just a pirate ship made from milk cartons and construction paper and dowels, and yeah, he's into dinosaurs, obviously, so you can see the care it took for him to create such a thing. He's got his little pirates in there, little figurines. My mother is very crafty. She does cute little things with him all the time, and she does his art with him for school. And this is what he's working on in Sunday school. It's a prayer for the month of January and the beginning of February. And this are just some quotes of what prayers say. So I'll keep that up here where he can see it. But this is just our little school area. Nothing too big. That's our whiteboard, desk, computer, storage. He likes to sit on the ottoman next to me rather than at a desk. And there's a second ottoman. Some books under there. I don't know who all's interested in, oh yeah, and that's his guitar. He's actually taking guitar for music this year, and his instructor is my hubby, yay! Here is the actual guitar over here. I don't know if you can see it, it's in the case, but yeah. Like I was saying, if anyone's interested in what I'm using for homeschool, by all means leave a message below, or send me a message. If that's a request, I will go over the curriculum I'm using and tell you how I feel about it. But, yeah. That's, again, our school area. I have to keep it pretty clean and neat because I can't stand a lot of clutter, for one. And for two, it's just not conducive to learning, in my opinion. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and start getting ready for breakfast. First thing I want to do is at least get the coffee maker prepared. I'm not going to turn it on. It's still early, and the hubby is still resting. But I want to have it ready, so all I got to do is turn it on. And, yeah. We do have this coffee maker over here, and I hate it with a passion. I'd like to eventually get a Keurig. That would be my ideal situation. But sister doesn't have $150, $180 to blow on that right now. So I plan at some point in the nearest of futures to get such a thing. Alright, so since I don't like this coffee maker, I use this one. This one is by, I believe the company is called Bialetti. Yeah, Bialetti. And it's just a small coffee maker. Basically, like the percolators used to be back in the day, but I guess this is supposed to be important, snazzy Italian type coffee. Hot water. And I'm going to actually add just a little dash of salt to the water. Salt to the water. That actually lowers the boiling temperature. We'll put the filter piece in, and then we'll add our coffee. Cafe Bustelo. Yum yum. Let's see if I can find the actual coffee scoop. Well, of course, that is missing, so we are going to go old school here and use a little something else. We're going to go ahead and go in my baking drawer here and use one of these little dudes. I don't measure the coffee really. I just try to make it just like a level scoop. It's espresso, so it can be pretty strong, but I already know in advance I'm going to be cutting that down with some milk and making it Cuban style with cafe con leche. I love cafe con leche. It's like my favorite. So just screw this in. Like so. I'm sorry, this one is not Bialetti. This is Emusa. I am USA. Emusa. I believe that's how you say it. Yeah. Good, because you're doing 2 hands. So I'll put you down here for a second. So the coffee is ready. Stick that sucker right on the stove for when I'm ready to turn it on. Okay, I'm back. So, just to show you what I got going on here. These are my black beans that were going all night. I'm going to rinse them. They've been drained. The purpose of that is to get that naturally occurring chemical out that causes people gas. So those are going back into a crock pot. And then I'm just going to fill up the crock pot with water and turn that sucker on. Just going to do a fast dinner today. So all I have to do now is brown a little bit of chicken and steam some rice, which should only take me about a half hour. And the beans will be the main attraction. After these have cooked for a few hours, I am going to put in a few more items. Some garlic, some onion, salt, pepper, that sort of thing. I don't want to cook them in salt because I don't want them to be tough. So you want to be able to cook them to, if they fill it up to, there's about 2 inches of water above the top of them. I don't know if you can see that because they're so dark. And just put the lid on. And crank that sucker up on low. And let that go for a few hours. Alright. Also what I have here is some pancake batter. I'm going to warm up my griddle to 300. And then this is my omelet mixture, which I'm going to cook on the stove. So in the meantime, go ahead and empty the dishwasher. These are the glorious lifestyles of the housewife. This is my favorite mug of all time. I drink my coffee out of this every morning, so I'm going to put that there for when my coffee's ready. And I'll put the rest of this stuff away. While I'm putting this away, I'll tell you what's in my omelet mixture. There's spinach in there. There's tomato in there. Just a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of Mrs. Dash. Oh, mushrooms. There's mushrooms in there. My husband really likes mushrooms. So, yeah. I'll also make pancakes because my little guy does not like eggs at all. I'll leave this out because I won't eat that. And that is just unsalted butter that I'm going to use for pancakes on the griddle. I really don't like dry pancakes when you don't put anything on the griddle. I know that's probably like counterintuitive to weight loss, but I just am used to having my pancakes a certain way. I guess I'm just kind of set in my ways. Alright, moving along here. So also for the coffee, I'm going to use steamed milk, which I normally do in this little pot right here. So we're going to set it down for milk steaming purposes. And this is my little pan for omelets. Made to order. So I didn't come home, so I'll have to wash that again. But yeah. So I will finish the dishwasher and get on with making a breakfast. Got a runaway spoon down here. Yeah, it really is this boring. I know. You guys are hoping that I had some kind of life-saving footage to shoot, but I don't. Very unfortunate, but true. This is essentially what I do every morning. To each their own. So incidentally, my alarm just went off. Where I normally go upstairs to check to make sure my husband is awake. Our alarms are set to go off simultaneously. But I think he found it odd to have a camera in his face. So I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to go check on him, and then I will be back. See you guys soon. Alright, I'm back. The hubby is awake. Incidentally, the time check is 6:52. And I've put the pancakes on. And I'm warming up pan for eggs. And this is my pan with milk. It's just low fat. I'm sorry, skim milk. And I put a little bit of sugar in here on the bottom. So I'm letting that warm up to room temperature while I work on everything else. Our favorite eater of the house is, of course, sitting patiently waiting for grub. You hungry, son?
Yeah, I'm starving.
You're starving?
It's been like, what, 9 hours?
Since the last time you ate?
Yeah.
That's way too long.
It's way too long.
Alright, so the joys of a teenager. Anyway, pancakes just about ready to be flipped. This is insanely difficult to video and do. So off camera, my son just asked me whether I was excited that today is Friday. And I don't know that I am. This is like the busiest day for me. I have a ton of running around to do, and it's really rainy out, which could be worse. I hear other people are getting snow. All we got was rain, so I guess I should be happy that it's just rain and not snow to shovel and take care of. So I have a Siamese pancake. Son, you want the Siamese pancake? It's like 2 in 1. Yay! Puppy's awake. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube. Having a morning, are you? Sorry, a rough morning. You want to stay home? It's a rainy day. Just blah.
Tired.
I'm tired. I look tired. I love you. Omelette. Yum. Yeah, I realized this morning I can't cook with one hand and film at the same time.
So are you gonna stop cooking?
No, I've just been on and off with filming.
It might really snow if it's this cold as it is.
How cold is it?
Claim it's 35.
It felt colder than that this morning when I got up. The coffee's on. I'm a film geek. Fine by me. How is it?
Yeah, Josh is having trouble with their forecast as well. It's 32.
Are they getting snow?
No. I thought they were supposed to be like 15
A blizzard
below.
and yeah, they were supposed to get a foot of snow. Well, they said that the storm was, we're talking about Nemo, was the possibility for a perfect type storm. They didn't say it was a definite. So when you're talking about maybes and possibilities, that changes things. Okay, so omelet, coffee, pancakes, and one happy son, and soon to be happy husband, I hope. So I'm going to stop right here and catch up with you guys in a little bit. Time check, 7:08. We have our breakfast. You know, half sleep family.
It took me about 5 minutes just to eat all that.
Yeah, and you ate it twice. That's the scary part. So, I'll catch up with you guys later. It's a rainy day. Do you feel better now that you ate something?
A little bit.
A little bit. So it's hubby and sons. Taking my oldest son to the bus stop. And dropping hubby off at work. And it is what I normally do is try to get on the computer and log in my breakfast on myfitnesspal.com. I tend to use MyFitnessPal for tracking. And I'm having my water. Wash all that coffee and such down. So, that's me in the background. You see my reflection. So what we're going to probably do here is log in our breakfast for the morning. Because if you've been watching the last few videos, you know that I am on a journey to become more healthy. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. So, computer's taking a while to boot up. Here we go. So, let's put our... And I will add my link to my Fitness Pal, my Fitness Pal. I think I did get at least one message from somebody on my exercise video saying that they use my Fitness Pal. Love my Fitness Pal. Have been using it for a while here. Okay, it's a little loud. Been using my Fitness Pal for a while, and I have noticed that it does help quite a bit. So I'm just going to go here to the internet and pull this up. And I'm only showing you this because this is exactly what I do. Sometimes I do this on my phone if I really need to get started with the day and I'm running behind schedule. So this is my Fitness Pal page, as you can see. 10 pounds total lost because when I first started my Fitness Pal, I was already in the 200s, where I ballooned up to 218 during Christmas time. I know, terrible, right? And so when I got back on, I had to lose the weight I had gained from when I first was on, plus I had to lose more weight on top of that. So what you're seeing here, the 10 pounds, is the total amount from my first starting point, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, this is my Fitness Pal. There's me. This is my calorie goal for the day. And it seems low. I thought that at first too. I'm right now on track to try to lose a pound per week. So this seems like a low calorie goal, but once you take into account the exercise, once that's added in, it really does change the game. So I'm going to go here to the food link, and I'm going to add my breakfast food. And yeah, so I eat pancakes quite a bit. So here's my, I don't know if you can see that, Krusteaz Light and Fluffy Buttermilk Pancakes. And then, I don't see, oh, here we go. And my veggie omelet with 2 eggs. And I only had half of that. So I put 2 eggs total with a bunch of veggies, and my husband and I split that. So I put half of 1 omelet because I only really end up with 1 egg. So since I'm splitting that with him, I put that in there as such. And for the pancakes, I actually had 3 pancakes today. And actually my pancakes are smaller than their prescribed diameter. But you know, just so you know. So I also had coffee. So here we go. Homemade coffee with fat-free milk and sugar. So that's everything. Add checked. Yes, Cam. Okay, I'm coming down in a minute. My son's in a rush to be with me, so I need to hurry. But anyway, so here's the calories. 345 is what I spent on breakfast this morning. And here's my water consumption. That cup I showed you is 2 cups worth. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cups of water in there. And so yeah, for Friday, February 8th, you can see that. And just so you know about the time frame, We're now at 8:16 a.m. So, yeah, there's my breakfast logged in. I can leave this window open. It'll automatically update with whatever I add to the phone, the MyFitnessPal on the phone. And incidentally, it's my whole name, which I never really give on YouTube, but it's not like I'm scared somebody's going to steal my identity, because if you stole my identity, honey, you would give it back. So it's my full name, Adrian L. Rains. So those of you who never knew my first name, it's Adrian. So there you go, Adrian L. Rains. So yeah, that is it. I just wanted to show you what I do to update MyFitnessPal. So like I said, I'm going to leave this window open. I'm just going to minimize, and I leave this running while I continue to go on with my day. I'm going to make these eyeglasses. Yeah. And I'm going to take my water, and we're going to go ahead and get started with school for the morning, and then I'll pick it back up with you guys after we finish a few school things and I get to a point where I can film. So yeah, see you soon. Alright YouTube, I'm back. We started school. Cameron's taking a test, so I wanted to show you it's 9:06 a.m. Looks like the rain is slacking up a bit. I have my meat thawing. After that thaws, I'm going to use the marinade that I talked to you about in my last video. The beans are cooking away. Can't see them much, but that's what they look like. And I wanted to show you what I have going on here. I took a bit of time and I chopped up some green pepper, some red pepper, some yellow onion, and 4 cloves of garlic. That's what you see there. That's going to go in the pot along with this season blend. And the season blend is oregano, basil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I used some Mrs. Dash. I always like to add that in there. A tiny bit of garlic powder, a bit of cayenne pepper, a bit of cumin, and then also this. I'll show you this. We used to use Sazon, but I found out, my mother-in-law told me not to use Sazon anymore because it has MSG, and I didn't know that all this time. I just never paid attention. I just know that for Spanish cooking you always use Sazon. So in an effort to get away from that, we started using this achiote molido. It's groundonado seeds, and it's kind of red in color. It's very similar to the Sazon, so it does give rice and other things that same color. So yeah, this pouch cost me, I think, $2.99. My husband picked it up for me at the market, so I don't know exactly what he paid. I want to say it was $2.99 because I've seen it before in Spanish aisle for $2.99. So that's what we have going on here. And all of this is going to go into the pot. And it sounds like Cameron is done with his quiz. Are you done with your quiz in math? You think you did a good job? Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And I guess I'll update you here in a little bit with. And it seems like a lot of video just to get through the morning, but this is literally how it goes for me. And so here in a little bit, I have a little laundry to do, but right now I'm going to grade this paper and get cranking on the rest of school. We have some things to go over on the board for science, and yeah, so here we are, day in the life of a mom, just a regular old mom. And so I'm going to try to there'll be some camera silence for a little bit because I do need to also take the videos off of here and upload them to the computer, so I'll have room to film when we're out and about the rest of the day. So yeah, I'm going to cut it off here and check in with you in a little bit.